hope I'm audible and visible to you. Thanks, Toastmaster Asta, for that confirmation. I am the surrogate sergeant at arms for the meeting that is going to happen today. I hope all of you have been good and all of you are now healthy and hopefully wealthy in the present. Let me start by reciting the Toastmasters mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, let me recite the house rules. The house rules would be, please switch off any noise-making devices or put them on silent mode. Whenever a speaker is speaking, please make sure that you are on mute. And if you want to ask any question or have anything on your mind, please use the raise your hand option. I request all of you to please vote whenever you are asked to. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our President, Toastmaster Astha. Over to you, Toastmaster Astha.
Thank you so much, the essay of today. Good afternoon, everyone. Please unmute yourselves and let's just say good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I hope you all are safe and are ready for this amazing meeting that we are going to witness today. So let's start with speaking on the theme. For that, I have a story in mind. The story is about a boy named Peter. When he was in school, he always dreamt of playing outside. When he was playing outside, he dreamt of a summer vacation. Peter constantly daydreamed and never lived in the moment. One morning, when Peter was crossing the forest near his house, he heard someone calling, "Peter, Peter." He looked behind and saw a fairy. She has a little magical ball with a hole in it. The hole had a long golden thread. Peter asked the fairy, "What is it?" She said, "This is the thread of life. If you pull the thread a bit, an hour will pass in seconds. If you pull the thread harder, whole day will pass in minutes. And if you pull it with all the strength you have, even years can pass by." Peter was excited with this new discovery. The next day, when Peter was sitting in his classroom, he was feeling very restless and bored. Suddenly, he thought of his new toy. So he pulled the string a little bit and he found himself playing in his playground. Peter soon grew tired of being a schoolboy and thus decided to be a teenager. So he again held the ball and pulled the thread. He was a teenager now. He repeated this step many times in his life when he was in a teenagehood, when he was in his adulthood, and many times. Soon, he saw that he was a 90-year-old man. His thick dark hair has turned into white like snow, and his beautiful wife was now dead. His wonderful children have grown into adults and has left their home. For the first time in his entire life, Peter realized that he had not taken the time to embrace the wonders of living. Instead, he hurried through his life, never resting to see all the good that was around his way. Again, he wished for the fairy. The fairy came back again and asked him, "Did you enjoy my special gift?" He said, "At first it was fun, but now I hate it. My whole life has passed before my eyes without giving me a chance to enjoy it. Sure, there would have been times when I was sad, but there would have been great times as well, but I haven't had the chance to experience them either. I feel empty inside, and I have missed the golden opportunity of the gift of living. He wished the fairy to take him back to his school days again, and the fairy granted him that wish. That day, he realized the importance of living in the moment. So, I would request each one of you to learn the importance of living in the moment. If it is raining outside, don't wish the rain to stop. Just sit there, enjoy the sound of rain. Say, rain, present, ma'am, I am here to embrace you. And enjoy every moment of your life from today onwards, just like this. With this, before beginning the meeting, I'd like to call upon some guests for their introductions, starting with Toastmaster Himanshu. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. My name is Himanshu Upadhyay. I am a resident of Merit. I have just completed my Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical branch just last year. So I'm here to strengthen my communication skill, build the self-confidence, and improve my vocabulary as well. Today here I met with a lot of wonderful people. I have been a member as a guest since 1 month, and I have learned a lot. I can see a lot of improvement in me. So I want to be the member of Toastmaster for forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Himanshu, for joining our meeting today. We hope you learn a lot. Next up, we have Tanish Gaba. Hi, Tanish. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Hi, Asta. Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon to everyone present. My name is Tanish Gaba, and currently I'm working as a software developer in Verizon at Hyderabad. Currently stuck at home, working from home. And yeah, apart from that, my purpose of joining Toastmasters was to attain excellence. I've always been passionate about public speaking, and I've always been keen to learn new things. So Toastmasters, I got to know about Toastmasters. It's a platform where I can attain excellence and learn new things. So yeah, really looking forward to have a great experience with you guys.
Thank you so much, Tanish, for joining. I hope we live up to your expectations. Next up, we have Rashmi. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello guys, my name is Rashmi. This is my first day and I'm very much excited to be with you. Thank you. Please take care of me.
Thank you so, thank you so much, Rashmi. We also have Toastmaster Rakesh, who will be acting as our G today. Toastmaster Rakesh, please can let us have a brief introduction about you.
I'm a Toastmaster from Jaipur Toastmaster Club. I'm an optometrist by way of profession, and I'm a Toastmaster for since 1 year. That's all. You'll hear again from me later on. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rakesh. And our last guest and our grammarian today is Toastmaster Bhavna. Let's have a brief introduction about you, Toastmaster Bhavna.
First of all, thank you so much for having me in this meeting. And if I talk about myself, I would like to be a euphoric leader so that who can lead the people, who can lead the team. That's why I have joined the Toastmaster Club. So that goes to my side. So I don't want to accelerate here. So it's the stage is yours. So
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavna. With this, I hope I haven't missed anyone. And I announce this meeting open. Also, on that note, I would request everyone of you to encourage Toastmaster Mehak, who will be our table topic master for today. It will be her first role, and I request you all to encourage her and motivate her in every step. So now I'd like to give the stage to our amazing TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Deepthi. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam President, Toastmaster Rasta, for such a beautiful story to start with. Well, you've set the note of the entire meeting. And thank God, Peter got a second chance. I hope that each one of us here learn today something which we can take back about being present. So let me begin. I hope you guys are ready. So let me begin. Let me start with a story-based question. So I want each of you to have your ears to your devices. Imagine a posh office complex in probably Delhi NCR or Hyderabad or down south Bangalore, anywhere. You see from a distance, you're seeing the office. What you see is spotless glass windows, spick and span floor shining to glory. And there in one corner is a mahogany table behind which sits a beautiful, pretty, and a pleasant receptionist. Well, she's not the only one in the room. There are three more people, three gentlemen. Okay. These gentlemen are actually candidates for an interview. The first candidate, he is very cool, calm, composed. He's leaning against the glass window and looking at that beautiful, pretty, and pleasant receptionist, admiring her. The second candidate is ruffling through his notebook pages, trying to gather some information. The third candidate is sitting on the couch, plump, pushed into the seat, and smelling the flowers right next to him. Now, my question to you, dear Toastmasters and guests, is who out of the three candidates do you think got selected? You have 5 seconds to answer. Timer, please note.
I think the last one.
Okay. Toastmaster Rakesh has an answer. Anybody else?
Yes, last one. I do also think that.
Okay, so we have 2 votes for the last one. Now, I come and ask you, guess freshman, why do you think the last one got selected?
He's present in that moment.
Okay, you nailed it. That's right. So what happened with the first and the second candidate? The first candidate, who was leaning against that glass window, was thinking about his future. The day I get married, I'll find some beautiful girl who's as pretty, as pleasant as this one. He was lost in future. The one who was ruffling through his notes was probably trying to cover up for what he had missed yesterday when he was supposed to actually prepare for his interview. And at that time, probably he was thinking about something else. So he was always living in the past. The one who got selected was living in the present. Yes, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests, welcome to the Toastmasters meeting today. The theme is Present Man. And I chose the title Present Man because back in our school days, do you remember when our teachers used to call out for our attendance? What did she expect each one of us to speak out when our roll numbers or names were called?
Present, ma'am.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank God. And on this note, I would like each one of you to make a quick change to the names that you have in your sign-ins. I want you to remember your class 12th roll number and put it in your names so that all throughout the meeting, I can call out your roll numbers and you can say, present, ma'am. Hurry up. You have 20 seconds to do that. Please rename yourselves. And in case you don't remember class 12th roll number, then whichever highest grade you probably passed. Oh, Aska's roll number 1. Advait is roll number 1 too. Awesome. Okay. Roll number 17, Toastmaster Manisha. Adnan, Toastmaster Adnan, roll number 2. Toastmaster Tariq, I'm waiting. Toastmaster Manvi, roll number 17. Roll number 12. Toastmaster Digant, I'm glad we don't have duplicate roll numbers. Oh my God. Tanishq, that's a big one. I will take a lifetime to say it. So I will just choose, I will stay at the first 2 digits. You roll number 16 for me today. Toastmaster Richa, waiting. Oh, I appeared by the name of Tanav. That's not right. I will change it. That's my son though. So I have a feeling in school of being
You are on mute.
I was on mute all this while. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't. Okay, so with that, we'll start the Toastmasters meeting formally. And during the session, yes, I told you I'm going to call you out by your roll numbers. Okay, so for the benefit of the guests, and just to reiterate to ourselves the rules of the game, the structure of a standard Toastmasters meeting. It has 3 sections. The first section is in which we share what we usually hold in high regard. That is the prepared speeches section. This is where the speakers deliver their speech based on their objectives provided by Toastmasters International. The second section, that is the impromptu speaking, where we speak from our heart. That is the table topic section. This is where the speakers are given a topic on the spot and they have to talk about it for close to 2 minutes, right? The third session is where we learn to be proud of our strengths and accept and improve our follies. That is the evaluation section. This is where the evaluators will provide their feedback and mention the areas that we can improve upon as a team. So on that note, let me invite the GE or the General Evaluator for today. That is Toastmaster Rakesh, and his roll number is roll number 1592. Over to you, Toastmaster Rakesh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prabhu, Toastmaster Dipti. Toastmaster is a platform where we are engaged in such a way that we improve our leadership quality and speaking skills. Now, to do so, the most important part is the evaluation. This is basically to give you a constructive feedback to improve. Now, to assist me on this, I have 3 wise people with me. I'll be calling first the timer with Toastmaster Advait. I'm able to pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The key is not in spending time, but in investing time. Time is free, but it is precious. You can't own it, but you can use it. Good afternoon, everyone. I am the timer for the day. I am responsible to keep a track of time taken by various speakers and role players. For the prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I will type green in the chat box at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. There is a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. For the table topic round, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. I will type green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. There's a grace period of 30 seconds, but only on the plus side. For the evaluation round, the evaluators will be given for the evaluation round, the evaluators will be given 2 to 3 minutes. I will type green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. There's a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. All the participants are required to complete their speech within the time frame in order to avoid disqualification. Thank you and all the best, everyone. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Advait, for your such a wonderful report on the timing. And you look so handsome also. My compliments to you. Now, request Toastmaster Bhavna to come and explain her role as a grammarian. Toastmaster Bhavna, will you please come in the virtual platform and explain your role as a grammarian, please?
Yeah, thank you so much. First, I would like to request give me access so that I can share my screen? I'm unable. Hello everyone. 1 minute. Today I will be playing the role as a grammarian. In this role, I have a lot of responsibility. First, I have to note down the good uses of the language and not so good uses of the language. And the second thing which I would like to request to everyone, if you would like to use any another language like Hindi, please translate those words and sentences into English so that everyone can understand. It is an international Toastmaster meeting. Everyone can join and they can't understand Hindi. So we need to take care of it. Please do not use any another language. So, being a grammarian, I have to share the word of the day. The word of the day is coming on your screen. It is surrogate. Surrogate means a person or thing that takes the person of somebody, something else, or a person appointed to represent behalf of others. Let's example. For an example, principal has agreed to give surrogate teacher chance to teach students. Mukesh, the second example you can say Mukesh was acting as a surrogate father for his brother. So I have something else also. I have something that is uh, idiom of the day. The idiom of the day. When you feel very energetic, you feel you when you have very high speed. In that situation, we can use full of beans. For an example, despite the busy days, everyone in the meeting always full of beans, full of beans. So I love to know how much you are love full of beans. Please tell me while using this idiom full of beans. So that goes from my side. I hope you would be using idiom of the day and word of the day. So that's the report from my side. The stage is yours, Channel Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna. That was such a wonderful explanation of your role. Now I'll request Toastmaster Adnan to explain his role as an active listener. Toastmaster Adnan.
Present, sir. Am I audible?
You are very much audible, Toastmaster.
Okay. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests. Whenever you are having a conversation with someone or you're interacting with someone, there's a communication going on. In that communication, there are two things happening. One is someone is speaking, and the other one is listening. I, as the active listener, will be responsible to improve your listening skills. So, the first thing I will do is which you also need to do with me is to listen every speaker attentively. And in the evaluation session, I'll make some questions which I'm already making, and I'll quiz you with them to know how good you were at the listening part. So best of luck to you all, and remember this: an active listener, a good listener, is always in the present. He's living in the movement, and he's more focused about the things going on with him in the present. So see you guys. Stay tuned, stay in the future, stay in the present, and please take over, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adnan, for your wonderful explanation of your role. Now I'll request Toastmaster Himanshu to explain his role as a R counter. Toastmaster Himanshu, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm playing as an arc counter. The purpose of arc counter is to note words or sounds that are used as crutches or pause filler by anyone who speaks in the meeting. Today in the meeting, I will listen for overused words including but, well, so, as well. I will also listen for sound fillers including er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used this expression. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Himanshu, for explaining your role as a counter. Uh, Before I hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, can I request all the members who are attending, can they, if they are able to switch on the video, please do so. Only if it is required to switch off the videos, then do so. That will encourage the speakers and other members. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator, Toastmaster Rakesh. And yes, let me tell everybody that when I asked Toastmaster Rakesh, what is that one hack that he uses for staying in the present or being present, he said, I'm calm, focused, and I live excitedly in the present situation. That's the way to go. Thank you for showing us the way, Toastmaster Rakesh. Well, now let's begin with our prepared speeches. And before, we have one speaker for today, that is Toastmaster Digant. And before I call upon Toastmaster Digant, who incidentally loves to smile and laugh, to come back to the present. And if nothing else helps, he loves a cup of hot coffee. So before calling on Toastmaster Digant, I would like to call on his evaluator, Toastmaster Manisha, to read out his objectives, speech objectives. So the screen is yours, Toastmaster Manisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. The speaker will be delivering speech Office Level 5, Project 1 of Path Engaging Humor. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer humorous speech. I wish the speaker all the best for today's speech.
Toastmaster, yeah, sorry. So the screen is yours, Toastmaster Digant.
Excuse me, can we ask everyone to sit on the video because I will be needing audience reaction.
Yeah, I think, thank you for making that request again, Toastmaster Digant and Toastmaster Rakesh. We will also play Simon Says.
They really look gorgeous.
Yes, and Simon is I today. So Simon Says, videos on. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you. So Toastmaster Digant, reminiscences of my hostel life, Toastmaster Digant.
Thanks, Madam Toastmaster. And dear friends, just give me a race. Tell me, what do you think when you hear about the word elite schools, the boarding schools, something about these schools like Lawrence Sanavar, Doom, Pelham, etc., etc. Come on, let's unmute.
School where you have so many opportunities. You can have a horse riding, you can have a swimming, you can have a boxing, you can have so many extracurricular other than just studies. Otherwise, most of the schools have, you go to the school, you do studies, and you come back.
Okay, anyone else? So I remember few days back, I was talking to my neighbor. He told, Digant, these schools are really, really costly. And it is very, very difficult to get into these schools. I don't know if I am spending some amount, what will happen to that amount? It's just a waste of money. Because only the people with luxurious lifestyle go over there. And just it's the waste of money, I think so. And I remembered my time when I went to such a school. I have been to one of the elite schools of India, Birla Public School, Pirani, Rajasthan, in my 10+2. I would say like I joined that school in 11th and passed out in 12th. Now, as I speak about these schools, their fees is like 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 20 lakh. And I remember one thing. If I had a child and I have to get him to the school, to these schools, then how many kidneys will I have to sell? Not of me, but of my friends. And I remember that I was in 10th class. I just passed it out. My father came to me. Son, I'm happy that Mrs. Sharma's son has really done wonders in this school. He is really doing great job by study. Okay, Papa, what should I do? Okay, please don't compare me with him. I'm not comparing him, but I think you should also go over there. Okay. And so I was thrust to the world of this school. I thought that this is really going to be an exciting moment for me. As it was, and I was really full of beans when I went to this school, because I thought, yes, now I'm going to study more. But little did I know that my I would say friend, or our family friend's son, Mr. Sharma's son, was one of the most studious boys in the school. That's why he was looking like that. Rest assured, no one was having any interest in studying, let alone scoring high marks. And as I went over there, I understood certain things, that these people have innate characteristics of certain high class professions, like as an army man. Because one day, my house matron was getting his house clean, his quarters clean. Some of my friends visited him and said, "Yes, sir, what you are doing?" "I am cleaning my house." "Sir, can we help you?" "Okay, you can help me out." They helped him out. In night, we used to have a routine roll call. And as he was about to start the roll call, sounds like boom, bam, boom, bam came from his home. Later, he came to realize that my friends have put cracker bombs, or I would now refer to them as bombs simply, in his house at strategic locations. And as he was just terrified and just completely blasted and sitting down, boom, another bomb blast happened. And that time, the bomb was placed just below his sofa. And as soon as he understood the thing, again another blast happened. This time, my friends had hidden the bomb in the record register of the hostel, and it was blown to pieces. I remember that the food in mess was so pathetic that even after passing out from that school 13 years later, even now I can't refuse any offer of dinner whenever I'm visiting any camp. Just trust me, it was so pathetic that we used to pay regular visits to dispensary. And he had really craze for getting the things from outside the hostel for eating. Secretly, by climbing the wall. And one of the strong guard was there who used to create trouble for us. That's where we understood the notion of artillery firing in armed forces. My friends did something. They took a rocket, got it on a perfect angle, and lit up the fire. And next moment, the guard was terrified and he was running to save his life because he saw a rocket, a cracker rocket coming straight towards him. So perfect angle, perfect execution, perfect strategy was executed by my friends. That's why I can say that most of my seniors are in armed force because they got this talent from their school days itself. And then came the time for negotiation. Also, most of my friends are also good businessmen. It happened that in order to stop us from visiting girls' hostel by climbing the wall, that the school implemented a system of secret guards who will just patrol the walls to stop us. But there we negotiated with them. All the guards were provided one packet of cigarettes and one bottle of whiskey every day as a prize to let us climb that wall. Now, how many of you are thinking that fat people don't have enough stamina to run or climb any wall? How many of you think? Come on, give me a raise of hands. That fat people can't run properly. Yes, but we did exactly that. My friends, I'm proud of them to be really great engineers. There was a friend in our batch who was 100 kg bulky elephant. And guess what? That 110 kg elephant, or I must say my friend, otherwise I understand. If he watches this video, he will literally kill me like anything because he's now married and he has now reduced his weight. And if his wife watches, then I think me dead and my family will be the next thing. So we took that 100 kg friend and he climbed that 8 feet wall that was standing between us and the girls' hostel. I understand he might be getting an interesting girlfriend there. So as the things were progressing ahead, we were having a school trip where we have to go from Pilani to Diu in Gujarat, Diu near Gujarat. Our stopover was at Jaipur. There, my friends efficiently took 8 crates of whiskey for enjoying the time. Now, most of you will be thinking that they might have done a nice job, but this was not the thing. Now, I learned about the supply negotiation also. My friends went to Diu. They placed such high orders that even after hundreds of kilometers away, the people in Diu, even the wine and whiskey shop owners, were remembering them by name. Hey, just prepare the order of Dagar Bhai or Dagar Brothers. Yes, I'm preparing the order of Dagar Bhai. But just Divya Bhai's order has come. Yes, Divya was a bhai. Divya was not a behan in our batch, not a sister. So these were the things that were there. Apart from this, there was another thing. Now, I'm going to give you an interesting parenting tip. Although I am a single and happily unmarried, but never ever show ego to the child. Because in our school, we had a simple notion, a simple standardized notion, like the thing that we have a structured Toastmaster meeting. We had a structure to every new teacher that was facing our school. It was simple. In first month, the teacher will be showing his ego. Then we will be beating down his ego. And in the third month, the teacher will be concluding that not even God can help in this situation. And he will finally leave. So we had this effective strategy that told us to understand, not to show ego to any teenager specifically or any child. Apart from this, I remember a situation. We had experience in maintaining network also, because I remember one of my friends was there on Karwa Chauth day. His 20 girlfriends took Karwa Chauth vrat in girls' hostel, and he was there to break each and every girl's fast. And roll call was happening. Teacher was asking us, "Where is Dhruv Dhankar?" So let me search him. Yeah, let me search him. He might be there. Okay, tell me in 2 minutes. What to do? Because Dhruv is in girls' hostel. Sir, he is in dispensary. Okay, tell me when he is back. But we came to know that Dhruv was breaking only the 5th girl's fast till that time. Somehow we got him inside the hostel and he was safe. But there is a flip side to it. All these things. Ladies and gentlemen, we did a lot of mistakes. Frankly, we ourselves invented corporate social responsibility. Because one of our friends group was terrorizing the school with these bomb blasts. And the Shera came. As a social responsibility, that group donated 1 bomb in the construction of Ramar over there. Because we also own the Ramar. And most of us were Ramar in itself. We might have done a lot of mischief, a lot of enjoying, but we learned certain values. First value that we learned was unity. Whenever one of our batchmates used to get hurt by someone, entire batch forgot any animosity with that person. And we were all united in facing that person and resolving that situation by talking or by force. Unity was so strong that even if all the mess servants, all the helpers in the school, all the teachers in the school used every strategy available to them, then also they were not able to identify what was going on between. Even if someone broke another one's head with a hockey stick as a revenge, the boy would simply tell doctor, "Sir, I got hit because I just fell down from bed. I don't know after that what happened, but I just fell down from the bed, and that's why I broke my head." He would never, never speak that this particular boy broke my head with a hockey stick. Apart from this, once I remember that our school was organizing a, an event of girls in the school, of all India girls championship of athletics, etc. There was complete mismanagement regarding its preparations by the school. And even around that time, two of the white kids from our school molested two girls in front of entire school. That was a sorry thing to say. Immediately, those two boys got a threat from our batch. Listen, be in your limits. If you are crossing your limits, we know how to deal with you people. And that will be really more than anything else. And we even asked them to say sorry to those girls. Soon after that, builders came to know about it, the trustees of our school, and they wanted to talk to us. We told him, "Sir, apart from the bad things that are happening, you just have a look at the event also. No one is there to help us out. It is about our school." So we even asked school authorities that, "Sir, please take money out of our pocket money account also to finance the event. If trustee can't give, then at least we can." Once trustees, the builder, listened to it, he said, "What do you say? Who says that trustee can't give?" Next day, the meeting was happening between the school among the school authorities, and a fax came that all the things will be paid by trustee, not by anyone. And the director, who was only reporting to builders, who was really a star of the city, was in his shorts in the field, running with the school kids, practicing out the things. That was the power that we understood of taking a stand and remembering that we are an educated lot, not a wild beast to molest any girl. And even to this day, we have these qualities in us, so that even we are, when we walk across the corridors of power, even the most egoistic heads bow down with respect. Even now, we can just sit on a cot in a village in Haryana, sipping lassi with cow or village men. And also we can spend time with a diplomat in Ashoka Hotel, sipping champagne. And guess what? We will be winning hearts at both the locations. With our skills, with our communication, with our conversation. So friends, I implore you all to take a look at the elite schools from a different perspective. Yes, we do mischief, but who doesn't do mischief? I wish you all to become more vigilant of the benefits of these schools by understanding that not only we do mischief, but we also learn some of the values that even till now we carry with us and which are actually making us succeed in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, roll number 12, Toastmaster Digant Mittal, for giving such an engrossing and a thought-provoking speech. And thank you, Toastmaster Manisha, roll number 17, for the speech objectives. Now is a time to play a quick game. I hope everybody has their devices, or probably pen and paper. That would be best. Okay, all set, everybody? Now I am going to ask you, each of you have to do it. Okay, do that task. And then once you're done, I will call out a roll number and they will read out what they've written. Okay, so it's a writing task. Ready? I'm showing 10 fingers. By the time I close both my fists, that means I back count 10. I want each of you to write down 20 words, any words. Okay, they could be nouns, they could be simple, any part of speech of the English language, but words. Okay, and the best words would be the things that you see around, you know. So everybody ready? Should we start? Okay, get, set, go.
Just asking what I have to write about.
Yeah, I started. You can write, go ahead, write as many words as you can. Or type as many words as you can. Time up. Time up. Okay, thank you. Let me call upon roll number 1, Toastmaster Advait. Please read out your list of words.
I wrote only 12 words.
That's okay.
Pen stand, laptop, charger, blanket, pillow, bedsheet, notebook, sharpener, battery, bag. Yeah, yes.
Great. Thank you. Okay, next, Toastmaster Manvi, you have been very silent. Can you please come up? Roll number 17. Toastmaster Manvi. Hi, please read out your list of words.
Okay, so I wrote novels, flower, paper, Almira, pen, register, light, bottle, file.
Okay, that's nice. And anybody wants to volunteer to read out their list of words?
Yes, I want.
Okay, Toastmaster Rasta.
I Toastmaster Bhavna.
Toastmaster Bhavna. Okay, sorry.
Internet, Zoom, pen, pencil, mouse, keyboard, glass, sky.
Great. That's an awesome list of words. Congratulations to each of you. I'm sure all of you have a wonderful list of words that you have with you. Now, there was no specific idea behind this exercise. It was just a warm-up round, because next on, we are going to call the table topics master, Toastmaster Mehik. And she would need each one of us to be full of energy, vigor, and at the same time, be calm, composed, so that we can listen to the topic carefully. So over to you, Toastmaster Mehik.
Yay!
Yay! For her maiden attempt. And yes, when I asked Toastmaster Mehik what her secret of being present is, she point blank and very methodically says, past is behind, learn from it, and future is yet to come. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehik.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the Cable Topic Master, and this is my debut role as a Cable Topic Master. So wish me luck. accept what is, let go what was, and believe in what will be. Good evening, everyone. I'm the cable topic master, and I would just brief you with the cable topic section. How will it, cable topic session? Cable topic session would not only help you to develop skills in you, but it will also help you in your other spheres of life, such as group discussion, interviews, or be it in a dialogue conversation with people. So I have some really interesting topics lined up, so stay tuned for that. But before that, I was going to explain you the process. Each speaker is required to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. You will get 30 minutes on the upper side, and you will get 30 minutes on the upper side. Any speaker speaking for less than a minute or more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds will be disqualified. So I hope everyone is full of beans. So let's start. But there is a catch. I want every one of you to use the word hashtag living in the moment in your speech. So first, I would request any of the experienced Toastmaster to experienced Toastmaster to nominate yourself so that the guests can have a fair idea about how to go about it. So any nominations? Anyone who would like to nominate yourself?
May I? Toastmaster Bhavna.
Yes, Toastmaster Bhavna. Okay. So Toastmaster Bhavna, choose a number between 1 to 10.
Okay, so 11.
Yes, sorry.
11.
No, it went from 1 to 10.
Okay, 1 to 10. Okay, sorry. 1 to 10. I will go to 8.
Okay. So your question is, when I'm home alone, every noise I hear is a serial killer.
Could you please repeat that?
When I am home alone, every noise is a serial killer. Over to you, Toastmasters Bhavna.
Now, you all are in lockdown situation. Everyone in your home, right? Right? We are not finding any place in which we can feel ourselves alone. So I am sharing my experience. When I feel alone, I feel enjoy myself. You know why? I can study easily. I can read my book. I can take meeting of Zoom. I really like. And when I don't, there is if there is any person beside me who is making a noise a lot, I'm unable to take a meeting as a Zoom meeting, as a Toastmaster meeting, because there are two nephew of mine and they make a noise a lot. Even you know what I need to do between the meeting, I said, please, give a minute. I said, just shut up. And my nephew make that noise a lot, and I'm unable to control them. So when I feel alone, I'm so happy. Even though but somewhere I believe that being alone, it's not a good song. It's not a good thing. You have to be that kind of person who can tolerate others. You must have patience, because we in my perspective, in every moment we can't take anything which we want. So we have to be challenges. So whether you want alone, whether you want that kind of person who would like to be surrounded people, we can say extraordinary, we should be that kind of person. So that was from my side. I hope you get the demonstration here. So that's all. So the stage is yours, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Bhavna. It was a very nice speech, and I believe that you know that being at home is. I also like being alone at home, so that I could also read books and do the Zoom meeting. But it is important to be with the family as well, because I think that's one thing this lockdown has. Made us understand that being family is also very important, because being alone is not always the right thing. Okay, so now I hope that all the guests have understood the process. Now I hope any guest who would nominate yourself, or I would pick someone up.
I can take. You can nominate.
Okay. Okay, guess Deepak. So choose a number between 1 to 10 and 8th number is gone.
You take 7.
Okay. So guess Deepak, your topic is the longest 5 seconds in anyone's life is waiting to press the skip ad button on YouTube. Guess Deepak, the longest 5 seconds in anyone's life is waiting to press the skip ad button on YouTube. Over to you, guess Deepak.
Actually, I didn't know what you can you repeat once again?
Yeah, sure. The longest 5 seconds in anyone's life is waiting to press the skip ad button on YouTube.
I don't know about others, but let me tell you myself. Uh, Basically, whenever I used to watch a video on YouTube, so whenever I watch the YouTube video and anytime, so when that some interesting part is coming in the video, or some kind of suspense or some kind of curious things comes, then a small ad used to come in that in between. So I don't take even 2 seconds to skip that ad, whether it is important or not important. That is my way of skipping ad. But sometimes the ads are more like very informative and helping kind of things where you can get the information from the ad also. That time you should listen that ad and utilize that ad in our day-to-day life if it is related to our society, or in a like if you are any kind of information we should get from that ad. Or sometimes nowadays many programs are coming, so we have to register in that program. That kind of ad also it coming in the YouTube also. So escaping from the ad is good, but that depends on the requirements of a person. If ad is good for him, or it will provide some kind of utilization, so he or she can listen that ad. Otherwise, he can escape that ad. That is my idea. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Deepak. Now, any other guest?
Can I try?
Yes, I would like to try.
Yes.
Yes, I would
Who
like to
was
try.
there?
Guest
Kamya. Yeah, Kamya.
Okay, guest Kamya. Yeah, guest Kamya, please choose a number between 1 to 10 and 7 and 8 is gone.
I would like to choose number 10.
Okay. I hate when websites ask, "Are you human?" No, I'm a potato. I hate when websites ask, "Are you a human?" No, I am a potato. Over to you, guest Kamya.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for giving me that speech. I hate when the sites ask me, are you a human or a potato? Well, it is really confusing because I am a human. That's why I'm using the website. But the website doesn't know because he's not a human. He is made by a human, which he doesn't understand. He is asking me whether I am potato. I should ask him whether are you a potato, because potato have got no brains. And not being harsh on the potato, but I love potatoes. I am a big foodie. And whenever someone names a food or something which I am craving for months, I will just pounce on that food and finish it off without sharing to anyone else. So, are you a potato? Well, I'm not a potato. I'm a potato lover. And if you serve me potato in any form, I will do just one thing. I will leave the website aside and I will start eating that potato. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, guest Kamya. It was a very nice speech. And I really believe that if any website asks you that whether you are a potato or you are a human, you should give the feedback that yes, I am a human. And only humans can have an access to the websites. Thank you so much. Any other guest or Toastmaster?
Yes. Now I would like to take.
Okay, guest Himanshu. So I have a question for you. Which number would you choose from 1 to 10?
My lucky
10
9.
and 7 you can on.
9.
Okay, 9. Yeah. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving is probably not for you. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving is probably not for you. Over to you, guest Himanshu.
If I don't succeed once, it is not the thing that everyone succeed in the first time. It is not the thing that everyone succeed in the second or third time. It is all about the determination and courage for the particular thing. Yes, skydiving, I have been the evidence of so many people. Like I belong to a defense background. I have seen the skydiving closely. I have seen the lot of para commandos diving from the high altitude. It's been very hilarious, but it is very scary for. It was very scary for me. Now, when I look towards them, it is all about the days and night of practice behind them. It is all about the practice they put in behind the scenes. The commandos, when I saw first, they were simply a human being, but they are not a simple human being. They are not a normal human being. It is all about Indian Army and Indian Armed Forces had prepared them to this extent so that they can protect ourselves at the frontiers and the integrity of our nation. Skydiving, I have seen my role model MS Dhoni as well, who used to be there when he got commissioned as a colonel in the defense forces on the basis of his performance in the sports achievements as well. Skydiving, yes, it is one of the most beautiful activity I would like to prefer in my life once I got commissioned in the armed forces. Skydiving, yes, if I don't succeed once, I would try it or until and unless I got succeed. At an altitude, when you think of, from an altitude around 100 to 120 feet, you would think that it could be very critical for me, but it is not that it's not that enough. If you have put it so many hours of practice, if you have prepared your mindset, it would be very easy for everyone to tackle all the hurdles in the life. Skydiving has a interesting story. I One of my story I would like to share with you. Like I have asked my father, like I have to do it at my childhood when I was in class. I asked my father, I requested her a lot. I just wanted to make it. And my father answered me that if you wanted to do this, you have to become a officer in the armed forces. From that day, I decided what I have to do in my life. Armed forces really, really an important thing for my life. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, guest Himanshu. It was very nice of you that you have tried skydiving. Even I have tried skydiving at once, and it was very, very scary till the time I reached the ground safely and I felt, wow, what an experience it is. Well, any other speakers?
Yes, I would like to try.
Okay, please choose a number between 1 to 10 and 7, 8, 9, 10 are gone.
50.
Sorry, which one?
3.
15 from 1 to 10.
Am I audible?
3, okay. Multitasking, the act of screwing up several things at once. Multitasking, the act of screwing up several things at once. Over to you, guest Rashmi.
Thank you very much for giving me this topic, multitasking, the act of doing up so many things at the same time. Obviously, who better can understand this term than working women? Yes, a working woman, especially in Indian atmosphere, she has to be a multitasker. She has to behave like Durga with so many arms and so many hands to complete so many tasks at home as well as at workplace. When the day starts, it is not only the hands which are multitasking, but the brain is also working in multiple directions. So the moment you get up, you start thinking about the tasks that are ahead at home, how you can wind up them well in time, and then get up ready and take care of the children at home and other family members also, their needs before leaving the home. When you reach your place, there also there are so many tasks that are waiting for you. So definitely multitasking is really a challenging task, and obviously it's not only challenging, but you learn to grow, because you come to know that life is not a bed of roses, and it's only the challenges which help you to grow in your life, which help you to come out and shape your personality. Otherwise, your brain would have been dumb at times. You would not have thought about so many things. You would not have dreamed about so many things. So I believe it is blessing in disguise. Although for getting one thing, you have to sacrifice some other things in you. But still, I believe multitasking is a blessing in disguise. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, guest Rashmi. It was really nice to see that you could multitask many times and do so many things can do so many things. Now, if the time permits, Mr. Timer, can we have more speeches?
No, we can. We're running behind.
You are on mute, Mehek. You are on mute.
Okay, sorry. Enjoy and love every moment of life. Don't save it. There is no system to get a refund of an unused life. So with this note, let's end the table topic session. Thank you so much, Toastmasters and guests.
Mac polling.
Yeah. Now we can have the polls.
Co-hosts can send me their votes on private chat.
Don't know how to share it. Okay, 1 minute. Yes, yes, yes. Now I know.
Are the polls visible to everyone?
Polls are visible once we. Yeah.
Now.
No?
Is it visible poll to everyone?
If it is not visible, just message me on private chat and I'll count your vote.
Should I end the poll?
Yes, Mehak, carry on.
Thank you so much, everyone. And at the end, I would only say that life is like an ice cream. Enjoy every bit of it and choose your flavors wisely. Thank you so much to all the guests and Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. That was a wonderful, full of beans session. And I'm sure each of the speakers enjoyed their topics as much as we enjoyed hearing them out. Thank you. All right. So before we move on to the last section, which is obviously the evaluation section, let's talk about a technique that I learned over the last few days. All of us know or use different hacks for staying or being in the present because we know it's important. It's no rocket science, and it's no news or new invention for us to know or learn that we have to be in the present. And we can make most of our lives when we are in the present. So some of us sit alone in a quiet room to get back to our present lives. Some of us drink a hot cup of coffee. Others focus, bring their focus and narrow it down. But in times when you're not able to find out a way, like Toastmaster Bhavna very honestly shared, that she doesn't have a hack for coming back to the present. So I thought I'll share this technique with each of you, which I have started using in the recent days. For this technique, I want each of you to do as I say, and then again, I will call out your roll numbers. Okay? So the first thing, this is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. I'm sure some of you may have heard of it as well. So let's start with it. I want each of you to acknowledge 5 things that you see around. Acknowledge, note it in your mind. And I'll ask, okay? Toastmaster Rakesh, can you share the 5 things you acknowledged? You're not audible, sir.
You are on mute.
Yeah. First was television.
Okay.
Second was refrigerator. Third was sofa. Fourth was your glasswares. And the fifth and the last was your soft toys.
Okay, thank you for that list. Toastmaster Astha, would you like to call out your 5 things that you acknowledge?
Yes. So I have a window from which the sunlight is coming. I have a book. I have a fan. I have my favorite dry food, that is pistachio. And I have my blanket, which I love.
Okay, thank you. Okay, one more name, please. Toastmaster Richa, roll number 28. Please acknowledge the 5 things that you saw.
My baking tools, laptop, my novels, bed, and my harmonium.
Okay, thank you for that list. Keep it handy. Keep that list handy. To the same list, now add 4 things that you can feel around. 4 things that you can feel. Okay. Toastmaster Mehik, would you like to share your list?
Yes. Happiness, love, warmth, and care.
Beautiful. That's an awesome list. Toastmaster Advait, rule number 1. Would you like to share?
Like any things or emotions?
Could be anything. Anything that you feel.
My laptop, I can keep my laptop, table, pen stand, charger, highlighter. That's it.
Okay, thank you. That's an interesting list. Guess Tanish, your list of 4 things you feel.
Yeah, hi Deepti.
Yes.
4 things which I feel around me are my books, which I really love reading. My skipping, that's very helpful for my exercise. Couple of laptops, which I don't like during my working days. I seriously hate them. My Wi-Fi box and my window through which proper sunlight is coming inside.
Okay, so these are the 5 things that you're seeing, or the ones that you feel, you felt?
These are the things which I can see.
See, okay. And 4 things that you felt that you
Working
can
with
feel. Yeah.
that would be, I mean, happiness, relaxing, and pretty much satisfied,
Okay.
and a peace of mind.
Okay. You can even feel realistic things around. So
Yeah.
feeling the page or the pen that you're holding, that is also fine. Okay. The next round. I want each of you to list down 3 things that you can hear or 3 sounds that you can hear. Yes, Rashmiji, you can go ahead.
Your voice.
Okay.
And the sound of fan,
which
is moving at a fast pace.
Yes.
And my daughter's voice.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's really nice. Toastmaster Adnan, your list of 3 things that you can hear.
Yeah, well, my list was also very similar to hers.
Hmm.
First is your voice. Second is the fan's voice. Third is my brother's voice.
Okay,
Lying
pretty
down.
much same. Yes, yes, absolutely. That is really nice.
You are on mute.
I apologize. So I was saying that it's like asking, okay, who did not answer now? Yes, Himanshu, please share your list of 3 things.
First of all, your voice. And the voice behind you, the vehicles.
Okay.
And the chirping of birds.
Yes, that's really nice. That's a beautiful list. Now let's come to 2. Any guesses? What are the 2 things that you'll have to note? We're talking about senses. Do you realize that?
Smell.
You saw 5 things. You felt 4.
Or
Bang
smell.
on, Toastmaster Adnan. Yes. So 2 things or 2 different smells or odor, anything that you can smell at the moment. Anybody wants to volunteer can unmute and share their list.
Can I volunteer?
Yes, please.
Wet mud smell, type of smell from the AC, and the
Okay.
food I had. The food I had, that smell is coming from my hands.
That's pretty honest. That was nice, Toastmaster Mehek. Thank you. Anybody else would want to volunteer to share their list of 2 smells that they just smelled?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so this is Digant. I smelled the burning wire of my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am switching it off, and other than that, I smelled dust from the book that I took.
Okay. Okay. I hope your
It is
laptop
looking
will
like
stay till the end.
it is looking like desert on Mars.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now let's come to 1. What is that one thing that you can taste at this point in time? Yes, Deepak sir, go ahead.
Actually, at the moment, I am drinking water, so I'm tasting the taste of water now.
Acknowledged. Totally. Toastmaster Manisha, would you like to share?
What I can taste? I think my own mouth. Nothing else.
Yeah. And like Toastmaster Mehak just said, I think pretty much because we've just out of lunch, each of us, well into the meeting now. So yes, pretty much that. Yes, exactly. So now with this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, what we've been able to do is, one, all of us are calm. We are in a state of calm. Why? Because we've acknowledged all our senses. Two, we are aware of our surroundings. We acknowledge the things we saw around. We acknowledge the sounds. We acknowledge the smell, which usually goes unnoticed, isn't it? This is a beautiful technique that you can use anytime, every time you feel anxious, you feel worried, you feel that you're losing focus. Sit back, do deep breathing, do it for 2 times, and then switch on to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. This is a technique that will stay with you a lifetime. With that, in our state of calm, let's call on the screen Toastmaster Rakesh, our GE for the day, for his evaluation and feedback for each of us. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Rakesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dipti. Before we go for the overall evaluation of the meeting, we'll go for the speech evaluation. As we have only one speaker for today's meeting, so Toastmaster Mike is the evaluator for Toastmaster Digant Mittal. So I'll request Toastmaster Mehak to come to the virtual platform and explain.
Toastmaster Manisha is the evaluator.
I'm extremely sorry. Toastmaster Manisha. So if you come to the virtual platform.
Yes. Thank you, General Evaluator. At the onset, I would like to congratulate the speaker for delivering this wonderful speech. First of all, I would like to applaud the speaker for his choice of clothes. He was professionally clad for this speech. And also, he opted to stand throughout his speech while feeling unwell. So I would really like to applaud the speaker for these 2 things. Besides this, the speaker did really well in the following other aspects. I will start it with the heads on which I will be giving the evaluation. Audience engagement. The speaker started with the question, what do you think about the elitist school? It is actually a perfect way to give heads up to the audience so that the audience can start paying attention to the speech. He also pushed the audience to respond to his question, which is again shows that he's an experienced and professional speaker. Tone. The speaker paid a lot of attention on the transition as per the various anecdotes that he added in his story, in his speech. He effectively captured the body language and tone of father, son, friends, trustee, etc. Scenes like cracker bomb or ancillary firings were really enacted well by the speaker. Third is comfort. We all know that humor is an extremely difficult expression to perform. However, speaker looked extremely comfortable with this genre and maintained his stance till the end of the speech. Next is attention. Speaker did a good job in retaining the attention of the audience to ensure that since the speech was 22 minutes long, and to ensure that the audience is not losing the attention in the middle of a speech, he suddenly threw a question again, and again expected the audience to respond. This gave a break to the audience. And again, even if somebody was losing the attention, people were back to the action again. Eye contact. I would like to appreciate the speaker for constantly maintaining the eye contact with the audience. He also paid attention in his hand gestures and was not doing the exaggerated hand movements throughout his speech. Now I would like to share some recommendations for the speaker. The speaker paid a lot of attention in the transition of his voice, but in few places, I felt the speaker could have done better. For example, talking about the perceptions related to elitist schools. Next, the speaker also added a lot of anecdotes related to mischievous acts which he and his friends did when they were in school. The whole thing could have been done better if the speaker would have added some mischievous eye movements or smile to make it more relatable. Next, the speaker definitely did share a lot of anecdotes, but I also felt that sometimes a lot of anecdotes in one speech, it gets difficult for the audience to follow. For the speaker can take care of it for his next speech. Now I will be concluding my speech. I would like to mention the speech was wonderful. The speaker started the speech with this question, share anecdotes in between to build the context of the speech, and then concluded his speech with the underlying message, which was again one of the important objectives of this project. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marisa, for your wonderful evaluation of Toastmaster Divan. You have followed CRC in a much better way. Now, I'd like to add a point to Toastmaster Divan. You should use the pauses in a much better and effective way. That will take your speech to certain other level. And now we don't have any more speakers, so I'll like to have the report of the timer. Can you have the timer on the virtual screen, please?
Yeah. I'm sharing my screen. The first round was the prepared speeches round, and in this no one got disqualified. There was only one speaker, Toastmaster Digan. The allotted time was 18 minutes to 22 minutes. He took 22 minutes, 21 seconds, and he qualified. Coming to the table topic round, no one got disqualified even in this round. The allotted time was 1 minute to 2 minutes. Toastmaster Bhavna took 1 minute 56 seconds. Guest Deepak took 1 minute 37 seconds. Guest Kamya took 1 minute 26 seconds. Guest Himanshu took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Guest Rashmi took 2 minutes 1 second. No one got disqualified. Coming to the evaluation round, there was only one evaluator, Toastmaster Manisha. The allotted time was 2 minutes to 3 minutes. She took 3 minutes to 3 minutes 29 seconds. Even she did not get disqualified because of the grace period. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Advik, for your wonderful report. Now, I'll request Toastmaster Bhavna to come with her grammarian report. Toastmaster Bhavna.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I hope I am visible. So I'm going to share my screen here. I hope you all are able to see my screen. So first, I would say I would like to appreciate to those people who have used word of the day and idiom. You can Toastmaster Sajat Adams, who had used that word of the day in started. Toastmaster Dikant, Toastmaster Mehak, and Toastmaster Deepti. And the sentence which I liked most, you nailed it, shining to glory. That was sentence I like the thing which we have to work over it. You can see my screen, that is Toastmaster Rakesh. So that we use for non-living things. So who is Toastmaster Rakesh? So there was a mistake in pronunciation. This is a vocabulary. Someone was pronouncing something else. It was so pathetic. So here I would like to say here, when we use so we use for the for a positive thing. We say she's so beautiful. So it means we use for a positive things, and to we use for the negative things. It's too bad. So we could use say here, it was too pathetic, not so pathetic. It's so pathetic. This is too pathetic. Divya's bhai, Divya's brother. Once you have done, here I would like to say this sentence is over to you. It is not grammatical correct. It is not grammatical incorrect. But once I have joined an international Toastmaster meeting, in that I got to know if we use over to you, what is over to you? It is like incorrect we use. So we could say in spite of using these kind of things over to you, we can say there are so many things. We can say the stage is yours, it's back to you. In this way we can use it. Otherwise we all are working over it. We all are learning here to improve our language and communication skill. If you would like to improve your grammar and your sentence structure, so which I am doing, I would like to suggest here. So, do you know the book about Lucent? Try to read about that book from the Lucent. It is a very nice book. So I am reading from that book, and I am getting benefit over it. So that is Lucent book, and in this book you will get each and everything about the sentences structure, a lot of things you will. I am doing it. So that was for my side. I hope you get some value. You would get some valuable information from my side. So now the stage is yours, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna, for your elaborate report. Now I request Toastmaster Himanshu to come with his counter report. Toastmaster Himanshu.
Everyone did a fantabulous job. So now I'm ready with my reports. First of all, talking about Toastmaster Digant. He used once in his entire speech and repetition of Divya Bhai once. Now talking about TM Bhavna, she used so once, repetition of feel, repetition of I, repetition of in spite, repetition of if, but once, 4 times, repetition of who can, repetition of we can't, and repetition of I would like. Now now Mehak, she used 3 times. Guest Deepak used 8 times, repetition of can you. He used so 3 times. Guest Kamya used well twice, once. Guest Rashmi used twice, repetition of not only once, repetition of whether once. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu, for such a wonderful report. Now I'll request, do you go for the ballots or do you go for the active listening part?
Active listener.
Okay. I'll request Toastmaster Adnan to come on the virtual screen and take the drill of the questions. Over to you.
All right, guys. So best of luck to you all. And please start your video so that I can see. I've literally opened the meeting in my laptop also so that I can see who have started their video. Yeah, please more videos. I really want. This is supposed to be a fun session. Okay, so this is my first question. We heard a story today in which a boy goes to a forest and meets a fairy. What was the name of the boy? Yeah, Deepti, roll number 33.
Peter?
Yeah, correct. It was Peter. My second question is, the general evaluator complimented someone that he looks handsome. Who was it? He's blushing right now, you can see. Yeah, Toastmaster Rasta.
Advait.
Yeah, correct. Okay, my third question is, how many blasts did happen in Diggan's hostel, Toastmaster Diggan's hostel? No one? Not if, okay, Toastmaster Deepti?
I think 2.
No.
It was 12.
4.
Okay, Toastmaster Diggan, will you cross check how many you were? 3. Who said 3?
Sorry, can you repeat? Can you repeat? Sorry, can you repeat, Adnan?
How many blasts did happen in your speech?
I can't remember because we blasted out the school like anything. Just we
Okay,
left
okay.
the
Leave it. Someone said 3. Someone said 3. Who was it?
Deepti.
Okay.
Deepti.
But
I
she'll
just
only
said
get.
because you were calling out numbers, so I thought just roll out one number.
Okay. And the fourth question is, Toastmaster Diggan is happily unmarried, that we can see. And he gave us a one single advice. What was the advice? Yes, Deepti?
No, I will not take that advice.
Anyone? No, nobody was listening to this advice. Toastmaster Dingat, will you repeat? This time they will listen.
The advice was never to have show ego towards kids or teens.
Yes, correct. Please understand this one. It will be really helpful. Okay. My fifth question is, which table topic speaker told us that she is a foodie?
I don't remember the.
Can I say?
Yeah. Right. Okay. My sixth question is, who is table topic speaker Himanshu's role player in his life?
His father, the army officer.
No. It was some sportsman.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Now it's right. Okay. My last question is, in today's meeting, who told us that he tasted water? I think it's impossible, but someone tasted water today in today's meeting. Who was it?
One of the guests. I don't know. He was looking healthy.
Yes, Deepak.
Yes, it was guest Deepak Singh. So that's all the questions I had. Please take over the channel evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I've been making your role very interesting. Now I'll come to the overall evaluation of the meeting. And hats off and kudos to all of you that you started the meeting in time. In most of the digital platform, we are finding that meeting is not starting on time. And there were no technical glitches. That again was what you say. It was icing on the cake. And the presiding officer started with an interesting story. And I think most of the audience, whoever was there, they were hooked to her. Nobody was away. Even the story was old. Most of them, you may have heard it also. But the way she told, we were engrossed in that. Then came the next gem of the club, Toastmaster Dipti. She also came out with an interesting way of asking questions and all, interacting with the audience, and making you sure that you be present in this interesting meeting. Otherwise, you are going to lose something in the meeting. And the auxiliary role player, everybody was to the purpose. Even the it is something finding a needle in a haystack, finding a fault in this meeting. To be honestly speaking, overall, I'll not have anything to add. I'll say just to the table topic master that your topics were interesting, but what happens if some questions in the table topic, what you say, the topic should be as simple as possible for the guest. If it is a seasoned table topic master, he can speak on any topics, but if it is a guest, he may not be able to speak on some topics. So if you find, you should keep that way only, what I feel. Otherwise, kudos to all of you. It was interesting meeting. I really enjoyed it, and my feedback will be there that I'll give the feedback from your club to the other club, that is one club where started in the time and is finishing in time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh, for the lovely evaluation. And we are sure to take back the feedback and your thoughts carefully. Thank you. So now it's time to conclude the day and the meeting and the topic. And for that, I chose a Khushwant Singh story, just to give you some giggles. Right? So here it is for you. There were two terrorists who were driving their Maruti car to the spot where they actually intended to place the bomb. Okay, so the situation is grave. The atmosphere is intense, and they're sitting in their Maruti car. For those of you who've seen, by the way, it was red in color. So a red-colored Maruti car carrying a bomb towards the site where they wanted to place the bomb. Suddenly, the guy in the driver's seat turns to the person sitting next to him in the cleaner's seat and says, "Natha, what happens if the bomb we have on the back seat blows up before we get to the site?" And Mr. Natha coolly replies, Don't worry, bro. I have a spare one in my attache case. Well, the idea behind sharing this little story, this little anecdote by Kushwant Singh is that while we are in the present, we are totally aware of what we're going to do, where we are going. Don't narrow down your search, okay, your thoughts. Always look at the bigger picture. With that, and on that note, I end today's meeting. Back to you. The stage is yours. I just learned it. President Toastmaster Asta, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. As said by General Evaluator, you are a gem and it was an amazing role done by you. Also, shout out to our newest member, Toastmaster Mehak, who did an amazing role in this amazing time and in this amazing meeting. Kudos to you on this effort. So before giving my concluding remarks, let's have the polling for the best auxiliary role player. Everyone is requested to vote. We have 10 seconds more. Thank you. And now let's have the polling for the best role player. Everyone is requested to vote. We have 5 more seconds for the same. I hope everyone has voted by now. Yes. So I hope you all enjoyed the meeting today. The theme was very clear and in every moment Toastmaster Deepti made sure we enjoyed this meeting and every moment of this meeting. So before I announce the winners, let's have a round of feedback from our guests, starting with our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rakesh. I believe he has said all he could, but some concluding remarks would be great. Over to you.
Normally, I go to a lot of clubs for the meetings and all. So I find most of the clubs, they start almost 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes late. But I found that when you started exactly dot at 3, I really enjoyed it. And even the speaker today was speaking from his hostel life. So I was enjoying thoroughly. Like I was reminded of my hostel life. I'm from a science school, a very tough schools. So I was really interconnecting with his stories. So it was really refreshing for me. And the way you told the story, otherwise, how Dipti carried forward, even your timer, your R counter, even the last part by Adnan, he was again so good. He was listening so carefully. You see, he was starting from the end of the meeting. Even I had heard that you should not have an ego towards the children, but I couldn't recall that. So he must be a very active listener. So these all small things, because here we come to know, find our faults, not to understand that we are finding our fault. Basically, it is something like we are more sharpening ourselves. We have the talent in ourselves. We need to sharpen it so we can shine. That's the reason we come here. We come here in a platform where we can mutually respect each other. We can understand that finding fault is not here. We are finding faults to grow ourselves. That is more important. And here I can see all of you smiling. That again, it's a lot of things to me. If you smile, that makes the day to me. Anybody. That's all. I think this is one of the really wonderful meetings I have attended in so many days.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rakesh. It was really motivating for every one of us, and we hope to keep the good work forward. Thank you so much. Next, we have guest Tanishq. Please give us your feedback. Tanishq Kaba. Okay, maybe he's having some connection issues. We have Toastmaster Bhavna. Please give us your feedback.
Okay, as you were saying, Toastmaster Astha, that you must have learned something. You will learn something. Yes, I have learned so many things from tier mode, especially Toastmaster Dipti. Yeah, you are so amazing. The way you have conducted session, and I like that. That was engaging. Let you nailed it. I would like to learn from you a lot. Everyone has, everyone was, now kudos to you. So I don't have a words. So that was my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavna. We also have Toastmaster Himanshu. Please give us your valuable feedback.
Hello everyone. It's been a very pretty feeling for me. Everyone did very commendable job, and I felt very happy, very excited today. And I have learned a lot as today's theme was living in the present. It is very important lesson of our life that we have to inhabit in ourselves. Today we do that counts for our future tomorrow. So we have to make a note of these things. We don't have to overthink, and we can do nothing with the past. Only in our hand we have it has present. So what can do we can do in the present as well. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Himanshu. We also have guest Deepak. Please give us your feedback.
Yes, ma'am. It was, I think, great and wonderful session, and it is most importantly, it is an interactive session. That was the what you call glimpses of the session today, and it is not like the Toastmasters are coming to give their speech and the guests are just listening their speeches. So guests also taken part in most of this session that make the guest always comfort whenever you are joining in Toastmasters meeting. So that was the important part. When you are in an interactive session, then you get more comfortable with the meeting also. That is the most important. Thank you very much, and over to you.
Thank you so much, guest Deepak. We also have a guest, Mehez Khan, who joined in between. If you would like to give your feedback or a bit introduction about yourself. Guest Mehnaz. Okay, maybe some connection issues, but thank you everyone for joining. Now we are here to announce the winners for today. So the best table topic speaker for today was guest Rashmi. She is not here, but I believe and everyone should agree with me, she did an amazing job and spoke really well. Kudos to her. And now comes the best auxiliary role player. Who do you guys think is the best auxiliary role player of today's meeting? Guys, please guess. Any guesses?
Adnan.
Adnan. And any more guesses? Anyone?
Advait.
Yeah, crisp report.
Okay. So the best auxiliary role player for today was Toastmaster Adnan. You did an amazing job. Congratulations. And now the last winner, that is the best role player of today. Who should it be? The general evaluator, the table topic master, or the Toastmaster of the day? Guess.
Toastmaster of the day. She did a wonderful job.
Manisha, Toastmaster Manisha is in Deepti's team. Anyone else? Join team.
Table topic master.
I'm in Toastmaster Mehek's team.
The TMOD is in table topic masters team, but that won't go because you are the best role player of today. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank
You
you.
did an amazing job and taught us a lot about the theme and brought the theme in a very beautiful way. And I believe everyone loved it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You can join us every week.